Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill, and today we are going to be discussing the Yeezy Slide silhouette. This is in the Salt colorway. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back, everyone, to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Be sure to hit that subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these unboxing and styling segments. Today, we are going to be talking about the Yeezy Slide silhouette, which is many people's very favorite Yeezy out of all the silhouettes. One of the reasons being that this is the most affordable by far and one of the most comfortable, in my opinion, as well as this is a brand new colorway. So I know a lot of people are probably excited about this because it is not a restock. This is the first time we are seeing the Slide graced in the Salt tone. So we'll go through the overview of these, jump into size and fit, followed by how I styled this clean, fresh spring and summer color scheme. Then we'll conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So let's jump right into it. So as far as the color scheme goes, I will say I get frustrated sometimes because you will see images leaked, but a lot of the times, or should I say like 80% of the time, I feel like sometimes the colors just are not what they look like in hand. This is a very confusing color depending on what light you're in, if it's studio light, if it's natural light. I feel like sometimes this looks like a beluga kind of blue tone. Other times it looks more like an aquamarine finish. And then sometimes it honestly just looks like a heather gray tone. So definitely helps, I feel like, when you hold it up to different kind of neutral, similar finishes and tones that are kind of relatable, like this kind of beige tone, I feel like makes it definitely look a little bit more green in person. So I definitely think that holding this Slide up against different colorways to make the true color stand out will help you get a better visualization of what this actual shade is. As far as Salt, not exactly sure why they called it Salt, because if I think about Salt, this is definitely not the tone I think of. But again, it is just a very monochromatic color scheme. I think that this is a very fresh colorway for the spring and summertime, and definitely a very easy to style colorway that's not so in your face bright as in the other neon shades that we've seen on the Yeezy Slides. But other than that, you are just getting, you know, that subtle branding for the Adidas there and the same treading that you usually typically see on the bottom of the Slides. And again, it's just fully covered in that Salt tone. All right, so let's take a look at those last and final details. fit goes, I do have a full entire sizing guide on Slide. So if you haven't already seen that video, definitely go back and check it out if you want a more in-depth sizing review. But as far as this specific pair goes, because I do feel like the molds change depending on the year that these are released, I definitely feel like going up a size, half a size, especially if you're in that mid-range like myself. I'm typically a 7.5. I went with an 8, and these definitely fit me perfectly with just a little room to give me some additional space. Again, these do not come in half sizes, so do take that into consideration. You are going to either have to go half a size up or half a size down if you are in that mid-range. All right, so now let's talk about styling. Again, just such a great casual slide. I think out of all the Yeezys I'm going to miss the most is probably going to be this silhouette, just because this is like an everyday slide that I wear around my house, and it's a great errands type of silhouette that you can just easily slip on. For the first look, I decided to wear an essentials quarter zip top with some white cargo pants. And then for the second look, decided to wear an all over denim look. So some wide leg denim pants with a button down denim top. And then for the last and final look, I went with a Adidas gray hoodie. And then for the bottoms, I decided to keep it pretty simple with some charcoal gray cargo pants. Again, just to kind of help you establish and see the colorway paired up against gray hues.
You know I get down, baby. She wanna ride with me. She wanna ride with me. She wanna ride with me. Cause you know I get down, baby. You know how I ride hitting corners. The OGs in the hood try to warn us to watch out for these suckers when your wrist stay icy. On the dance floor, all the ladies like me. Make them fall in love and kiss the swag. Just to have my babies in a Fendi bag. No refund, you can keep the tag. Cause I'm a stunner, ain't no wonder why my folks be mad at me. She wanna ride with me. She wanna ride with me. She wanna ride with me. Cause you know I get down, baby. She wanna ride with me. She wanna ride with me. She wanna ride with me. Cause you know I get down, baby. Let the rims keep on spinning. Home team, no L's, keep winning. Whoever wants smoke, I'm with it. Down for whatever, for the squad, no.
All right, so as far as retail goes, these retailed at $70. There's currently a little bit of resale on these. They're going between 80 to 100. These definitely took a long time to get to me, more, I guess, time than they usually would. Anytime I order anything off the Confirmed app, I feel like I honestly am so fortunate. I get them between 1 to 2 days. I was a little worried, honestly, because I didn't actually receive these that quick. So I actually reached out to them, and they did say something about how they have up to a few weeks in order to have these actually delivered to your home. So I do think, honestly, by reaching out, that also kind of expedites the situation. So if you're still waiting on these, it's not just you. They are way behind for some reason and delayed in shipping, especially even my foam runners. Those were also delayed. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that subscribe on your way out. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, give this video a thumbs up. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you on the next one.
She wanna ride with me.